That glare is worse than usual. Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill. Gonna be doing some crafting. Maybe a little chilling. Gonna start off nice and easy by gluing together some parts of this dock thing that I'm working on here. Hope everyone's having a nice Friday night. Potentially Saturday morning, depending on where you are. We got Why This When I Have Me. How you doing? And Thor is here. How you doing, Thor? Okay, we're gonna go like that. Fat Red Foo, what's up? Oh, Fat Red. Oh no. You don't need to keep saying the user just stuck with hi, it's me, right? It's almost funny to say it because I feel like I can't say it at all. It just doesn't roll off the old tongue. What's going on, Ed? What are you guys getting into tonight? Anything? Probably done for the night. I know Fat Red's probably thinking about sleeping here soon. So Ed, how's your show been going on Sundays? You see any difference in that? Any more traffic or anything? Or less traffic? Oh. No world builders tonight, huh? Not getting anything, just been waiting around for someone to start. I don't know who you could be talking about, Ed. Working on my own custom version of a Jersey Devil, Fire Demon. And no, it doesn't resemble the Mythic Legion's Devil. Tony's Figs. What's up, Tony? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming through, man. Ed, when you have a chance, man, go ahead and throw up the Etsy link. You know it. Right on, man. Right on. Right on. Got a honeycomb tray for the laser. Cut some foam for the exhaust port. Yep, that's not a bad way to do it. Working on my pickle Rick fig. Okay. I still don't have a honeycomb. But those are pretty nice. And the way yours is, because you don't have the enclosure, you can actually cut probably a much further depth than I can. I have, I need to buy an attachment to make the enclosure bigger so I can put deeper items. Like, I can only cut very, very thin stock. Thank you, Ed. Okay. If you guys have been watching any of my reels, you've probably seen me working on this. Basically remaking this little stone door, carved stone wall door thingamabobber that I did. I did this thing, I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago, but I sold it just recently on eBay, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to make another one, because that's what we're doing right now. Let me do some door straps for this real quick while I figure out the next thing I'm doing. Where's Smallverse Studios? Thanks for the live stream. I am doing great. You've ordered the supplies for the pier build. Actually, we're going to get started on. Very cool. Yeah, feel free to tag me on Instagram when if you post anything. It'd be nice to see it. Someone told me I can use vector images and basically print directly from them. Yes, Fat Red, pretty much. So I don't know, like, I've never used a laser cutter that doesn't have the built-in camera, so I don't know. I'm guessing yours doesn't, but I just have like a camera, so I can see where the workpiece is, and it just projects what I want to have laser cut onto the image, and then I can just position it like that. You have to punch in some measurements, like what the thickness of the piece is, and if it's on risers and stuff, because it can't automatically tell how far off the bed is, so you got to give it that information. But yeah, once you measure it and plug that in, it's pretty easy. Could you please do an easy comic book style rooftop water tank build in the upcoming sessions? Thank you. Maybe, because actually I've never done a rooftop water tank. So many guys were doing them, I just never did one. I've done rooftops before. I've done multiple rooftop dioramas, but not a water tank. Yeah, I mean, right off the top of my head, like the easiest, cheesiest way to do it would be like an oatmeal container and some foam strips on it. I don't know, I'm just saying, but haven't plugged it in yet, the laser. Right on. Alright, let me cut some slats for this door. It's a little scary, Fat Red. Like, that tool is a little, it's not a toy. I'll put it that way. Let me see here. Alrighty. What do we got? Action Fig says, yeah, empty veggie can works for the basic water tank start. Yeah, veggie can, I didn't even think about that. You know what? I was about to glue these on here and then put all the rivets on, nails, but I'm gonna make it easier on myself and not do that, because it's really a lot easier to dry brush it without having that in the way. So speaking of, make sure I'm not doxing anyone here. Speaking of laser cutting, I had a friend of mine come by and drop me some of these laser cut or engraving patches, like little, they're like faux leather patches. I haven't ever tried these before, but it should work fine. I'm gonna try and do some, you know, his business logo on here for some hats and stuff, and see how that comes out. And it kind of goes good because I'm going to have to, I don't keep mine hooked up all the time. I have to open the window and put the vent outside the window and all that. But I was talking to Punk again. Me and Punk had a little conversation the other night, and I'm going to be experimenting with a few ideas I have for some Punk crates. All right, Thor, no worries, man. Thanks for coming by. You gotta sleep. Sleep is required. All right, maybe I'll throw some magnets in here. I got some magnets now because I don't know if I mentioned it, but Ed sent me some magnets. Thank you very much, Ed. I needed these. Punk crates. Yeah, I think probably so, Fat Red. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about that. So maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about that, but so we'll stop talking about it now. Video of the wooden crate using foam. So Smallverse Studio, I have those. I have some build videos on those wooden crates, but they're buried somewhere on my Instagram. You know, it's not like, yeah, these magnets are great. It's not categorized easily on Instagram, but I'm pretty sure I have that. I mean, I built them on the stream plenty of times, but I'm just not organized enough to tell you exactly where it is. But you don't have to find mine. Other people have done them on YouTube. I'm sure you can find a tutorial on it if you look. Okay, before I start playing with these magnets, that link is the Etsy link that Ed put up in the chat. And basically, I have a couple of things up on there, but today I added a little bits pack of some console tiles. These specific ones right here. And so I'm just going to see if anyone wants any of those. They're up there in the Etsy. If anyone that is a channel member orders that, message me on Etsy and I will give you some extra stuff for sure, since I don't really do much for my channel members. It's all good. He's mentioned it before on lives. No worries. Okay. Yeah, Fat Red, I guess we'll see. I have multiple things on my Etsy. You can... I've been putting more and more stuff out there. I have like some diorama listings still up on eBay, but I'm trying to do some that are... I build one, I take pictures of it, I put it up, and then they're made to order, right? So if someone orders one, I have like a 3-week lead time so I could make it. Bitch pack looks great, thanks. Yeah, I really like the red. I never put the red inside the, you know, on it, because I didn't usually use gray. I usually did the whole thing red, but I think red looks pretty good. Toy Blocks uses a specific type of green. I was talking to him about that on his stream, but I think he's using the translucent. But yeah, the little buttons and knobs and stuff. Just dropping money around here. Let me turn that volume off. How about that? Dig it up on Insta. Process is a bit complicated. Yeah, it's not complicated, honestly. If you have a hot wire table, it's easy peasy. You just need a wire brush, a hot wire table, some tacky glue, and one of these. If you don't have a hot wire table, it's more difficult. Don't throw my paycheck around like that. I'm sorry, Ed. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, your check bounced a little bit. It's more of a thud. Okay. So I've been doing quite a bit on Facebook lately. Because I never was on Facebook before, but now I am on Facebook. Random Diorama is the page. Punk's got his whole thing going on Facebook too right now. He's got a whole group. Sweet, thank you, Fat Red. I will print that off tomorrow. I put on there, I mean, I have these, but I'm gonna print all the ones I'm selling. I like to keep one for my personal reference. I put on there 5 to 7 days to make it, but it won't take 5 to 7 days. And I'll definitely throw in some extra pieces for you, man. Where is my sandpaper? I know I had some sandpaper here. There we go. Duffman Dioramas, what's up, man? Try to support where I can. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm pretty sure these are going to fit in somewhere pretty nicely in Numa City, too. The red actually kind of goes a little bit with some of those colors you got there. I guess it all goes. It's very neutral stuff. I really wish I had sandpaper. Maybe this will work. Helps your stuff is cool. Thank you. Am I on camera? I'm not on camera. There we go. Super glue on your phone screen? Yeah, it does kind of get everywhere. It's usually my fingers, man. I usually just super glue my fingers together. I used to occasionally get like Mod Podge or aliens in my beard when it was longer, and paint. Yeah. I feel like a solvent wouldn't be a bad fix for that either, since it probably won't do anything to the glass. But I don't know exactly what you use for super glue. I feel like I should know that, but I don't. Too far out. Yeah, Fat Red. I mean, if you could do it mechanically, that's probably the best bet. Acetone does work for a lot, that's for sure. What do I need? I need something that's going to transfer onto there. I guess I could use paint. Use a paint marker. usually never botch these, and I'm just having a hard time here today with this. Alright, one more time with feeling. Usually I get this in one go, but now that I've pressed it 100 times, I can't tell which one's the dang one that I'm trying to... Alright. Enough of that. I don't use super glue, Duffman. Not for magnets. Not in foam, anyway. In foam, I only use Aleene's or Mod Podge or some kind of white PVA glue. Super glue just eats the foam. No, not really too much of a problem. Well, hot glue. I think I don't use hot glue for it, Duffman. I feel like I might have used it a few times in the past, but whatever the reason was, I decided that white glue was the way to go. It takes longer to dry, but they almost never fail. I think I've had one or maybe two white glue magnets fail out of, many, many hundreds. And it wasn't immediate. It took, years. Hot glue is the devil. Isn't that Fat Red's line usually? Oilers line? Okay. I haven't really seen much out of Oilers since I've been a little more active. Yes, Ed. I checked it twice, but I still might have got one wrong. A dimple? I've never noticed that. They're just flat discs, dude. I mean, some of them are chipped. So I think Ed was, I don't know what the heck he was doing, using them for target practice or something. These things do look like they've been through the ringer, Ed. I don't know what the heck you were doing, but they'll obviously serve their purpose just fine. Yeah, Duffman, I've noticed now that they sell packs of them on Amazon. I'm probably going to, when I run out of these, get some on there. But I guess I just had it stuck in my head. I was so used to buying them from Michael's or Hobby Lobby that I didn't even, it's just crazy. I buy everything on Amazon. It didn't even cross my mind to look for them on Amazon. My son constantly messing with them on the fridge. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. They've been slapped and cracked and chipped, but not too bad. Just got some wear. These magnets are just a little bit like Ed. They got a little mileage on them, but that's okay. Action Joe Figs, what's up, man? Good evening. Where can I put these? I feel like they need to be in the shot. There we go. Stick them right there for now. Unknown RC, what's going on? For everybody just jumping in, there's a link in the chat for Etsy. Just to let you guys know, because it's something new. I haven't really done much like this before. Got a little bits pack. This pack of consoles right here, 3D printed multicolor consoles. You can see them right next to a 1/12 figure or a 1/18 figure. They kind of work for both, in my opinion. They're up on Etsy right now for sale, and if you buy them and you are a channel member, shoot me a message on Etsy, and I will definitely put a couple extra pieces in there for you. No pressure, but people have asked, so I figured I had the whole week. I've had like 3 weeks to do it. Actually, I probably had about a year to do it, but I had different parts. I kind of slapped it together. I'll probably do, more stuff if these sell. I'll definitely do more stuff if they sell. Where's the camera? Come on, camera. What do you guys think? Do you think the multicolor print is cool? Do you think it would be better if it was just gray? Maybe? I don't know. Then you gotta paint everything. $25 months. Good grief, dude. Good grief. Thank you very much for being a channel member for 25 months, Fat Red. Fat Red was my first channel member, actually. The gray multicolor should sell well. Okay. Still waiting for the Stargate. Duffman, I'm selling them just as they are right here. These are the colors available right now. But I could do 4 colors. Hello, Duck. Have another A1 coming in the next 2 weeks or so. Ed, you already know it's way more fun to just harangue me about it than to actually make one. Although I do feel like Numa City would be a cool place for a gate room. You could kind of tie that in. It could be on another planet, and they actually have a Stargate room in Numa City. That would be wild, actually. It could be outside, or it could be, you know, in a room. Could have been the reason why they built Numa City in that place. Still waiting on the pirate ship? Yeah. I need one more magnet set on this from here, holding it to the other wall, but I don't think I'm going to do that now with everything drying because I'll rip the magnets out of the bottom piece. So let's set this off to the side. $200 of those magnets for $5.99. Wow, that's crazy, Ed. Yeah, that's definitely where I'm going next. I don't know. I can't believe I didn't look on Amazon. That is crazy talk. But I didn't. So last week I was on hanging out with Oz and Ed on the Clubhouse for a little while. And I mean, I was like, I didn't really talk much. I just sat there and painted. So yeah, I was working on this, and I've added those straps on there since then. This is all magnetized up, and this guy is probably going to go up on eBay tomorrow because I sold the other one that is very similar to this one maybe about 3 weeks ago. Saw me on that show. Yeah, I used to hang out there a lot, Action Joe Figs, but I just haven't lately. I'll probably be popping up a little bit more now, though. I gotta tell you, especially because they finally made it where StreamYards can use Safari, because that was freaking annoying. I had to always have Chrome on there. I don't use Chrome, and I don't know, it was just annoying. I didn't like having to open up a second browser just to be able to do what I had to do. I would always go follow someone's link and then realize, oh, duh, I can't do it, you know. But they fixed that apparently at the end of last year. Retromania show in New Braunfels, or however you say that. Stellar paint work on the stone dio. Thank you, man. Thank you. I feel like some parts are better and some parts are not as good. Well, I don't know if not as good is the right term. I think the original one I used a different color, and I didn't have that color available. I don't know what it was. It might have been like China blue or something like that. Something about it was just a little different. This actually does look good. And that dungeon dio I redid too. Actually, I'm very happy with the paint on that, with the browns and greens and stuff. Jim Largo. What's going on, Jim Largo? Let's see, what is this looking like? Can I paint this yet? Probably not. TD3 Trooper Troy, how you doing tonight, man? What's up, my dudes? So Troy, just gonna let you know, the link is in the chat. I did put up this package of console bits on my Etsy, so those are up for sale. I got a few up right now. Anyone who orders, especially if you're a channel member, shoot me a message on Etsy. Although Fat Red, I already know who you are, so you don't have to if you didn't, but you can, and I'll throw in some extra pieces as well for you guys. Channel members only, though. But anyone can order it, obviously. I'm gonna make another one of these right now, I think. Yeah, let me go to the hot wire. 175. What the hell am I doing here? All right, that. 10 of those. Alrighty, where's that button? There we go. Sweet. Troy just ordered 2 sets. Measure twice, cut once method evolved into just wing it rather quickly. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes, Largo. Let me see real quick here. Okay, sweet. So I listed 5 sets, and 3 of them sold. Thank you very much, Fat Red and Troy. Appreciate that very much, guys. 5 sets of these bits. There are 2 more up for sale. I'm going to be printing them all tomorrow, and then hopefully shipping them out early next week. But these are, yeah. These are pretty good, actually. I really like the way the red in the screen came out. I'm going to do some more stuff like that. For sure, for sure. Just the little knobs and stuff. I haven't seen too many things with the, or I haven't seen anything, actually, with the dials like that. I just sat in Tinkercad and started making lots and lots of buttons one day, so I had like a room where I can just play with buttons and make stuff. I saw the red sets. You have gray ones up now. This, yes, this is what is up right now, Largo. It's just I just put them up today. It's not like, you know, a console. It's just bits if you want to build something yourself. So you get everything that's right here. I got them up for 18 bucks right now on Etsy. The link is in the chat. I do have the catwalk playset on Etsy as well, and I'm planning on adding something to that sometime in the near future. But it was my intention eventually, Largo, to make like another set similar to the red catwalk play set, but not exactly the same, with a more standard like gray color. You know, so if you had basically good guys, bad guys kind of thing. Although the red doesn't have to be bad guys. It's just, you know, just a thought I had. Do you remember how to start the dock build? I think so, Ed. I think so. But listen, what is it you're always telling me? This isn't well-planned diorama, dude. So the literal way that we start the dock build is we just start. But yeah, I'll build a ladder first, and then I'll put the legs on. That was a fiasco last time, for sure. Yeah, Largo, that's what I was thinking too. The gray is more universal usage. A lot of people I see selling bits like this, they don't do the multicolor print at all. It's just all gray. And obviously people can go in there and paint, but it would be very difficult to get painted like that, like around everything like that would be quite... It's pretty small, so I know it'd be a pain for me. Usually you just end up just painting the button tops. 796R. Haven't watched one of these in a while. Always cool to watch. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. That's a crazy profile pic, dude. There's nothing there. It just looks like blackness. I'm guessing you have a black circle, but I can't even see it. Kinky yet satisfying. Freaking Largo. Largo, what's the name of your bar, man? The Dirty Old Man? I mean, that's a pretty funny name for a bar, honestly. Have you ever watched the movie Alien and make a diorama for NECA Aliens? I've definitely seen Alien. You know, it's been a minute, but I've seen it more than once. A diorama of what, dude? Like, what part of the movie are you talking about? The ship, you know, where they find the aliens, where they get the eggs? I always wanted to do this thing. I have a drawing of it up here. A little cheesy sketch. The handle. That's from Alien. I think it's from Alien, not Aliens, but yeah, it's that emergency. I think it's the airlock handle. Los Taros. The beer mugs. Cool. Dirty Sanchez was my second choice. Wife didn't approve. Yeah, you needed to be a little bit more discreet than that, Largo. Dirty Sanchez. Never mind, got it. Got what, Fat Red? What is he saying? I don't know. Just Fat Redisms. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, don't get me to lying. If it, I could do more than 5. I just wasn't planning on it. It's obviously there's not like, I can't stand when people make like that false sense of, oh, this is all there is. You gotta, you know, da 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 da. I might not make anymore once they're, you know, I reorganize and get other sets going, depending on how everything shakes out, you know. I'm just not a marketing guy. False sense of urgency, FOMO, all that stuff. Blah. Don't like it. I get it, I just don't like it. I say I'm not a marketing guy. How many hundreds of items have I sold on the internet? I'm just in denial, damn it, okay? Leave me be. Asked Ed to send me the link for your Etsy. Sent the pic to the group chat. Okay, cool, cool. Thank you, Fat Red. Derelict in your duties. I'm gonna let it slide this time, Ed, but next time I'm gonna dock your pay. Just letting you know. Yeah, I've tinkered with resin. And I don't know if you saw the reel I put out, Largo, but it had I have a mirror that had a pretty cool water. I mean, I think it looked cool. I could have done a ripple or something. If I was building the dock to be stationary for a display for myself, I would probably do that. But I've been selling them. So I kind of don't know if I want to do a whole big base like that, because it gets heavy, a little more difficult to ship, and then it's not quite as posable, modular. Now, the guys have seen this a bunch of times before in the past, but here's some resin right here, some resin water. Now that's not rippling like you would get on an ocean, obviously, but yeah, it still looks pretty cool. I've been meaning to do some more bases like this and maybe put them up for sale too on eBay. I just need to, maybe bang out like 5 of them or something. They take a little bit of time, and resin is not super cheap either, although there's not much here. Also, this is like I use some paper mache, like toilet paper and stuff on here too, which looks good, but it takes a while for it to dry well enough. So it's, a multi-day process, like anything else. But I just remember doing this was like, you had to paint it, then I Mod Podged it, then I painted it, then I Mod Podged some more, then I added some grit. Then once that was on there, I did I can't remember if I did flocking. It was just, there was a lot of steps in comparison to just foam paint, But they look good. Like the mirror I used in my reel. Yeah, I got a lot of good comments on that mirror, honestly. And one guy was talking about adding stuff like Largo is saying, and I kind of mentioned, maybe some cellophane paper, like some blue cello paper or something would look pretty cool. I don't know if you call it paper. But yeah, this mirror is awesome because... What? There's the camera. Look at that. It's an acrylic mirror. So I don't have to worry about it, breaking or being a big pain in the butt when I use it for diorama stuff, photos. I got it off a retail display. I think it was on... I don't know if it was on a 4-way or hanging like in a clothing department. Yeah, I had a little ginger ale tonight. You got it. Actual sugar soda, which is unusual for me. I love ginger ale. I always have since I was a little kid, and I like it warm too. Because my grandma used to always keep ginger ale in the basement in our little food pantry we had in the basement. So I was just used to drinking it room temperature. Take it easy, Fat Red Foo. Have a good night, man. And thanks again for the promotion on the bits. Man, I haven't had root beer in a long time, but cream soda too. Both of those I sometimes think about. I can't really, or I shouldn't really, drink a lot of sugar. I used to get reactive hypoglycemia or whatever. I haven't had as much problems with it lately as I did years ago. But that doesn't mean I should push it, I don't think. But they sell like the smaller cans, you know, it's almost like the minis of root beer and cream soda. I need to get some of those. They sell ginger ale like that too, but it's quite expensive in comparison. I guess the root beer would be too. Maybe I should just buy a stinking bottle and exercise some self-control. Good luck with that. What kind of sodas they have down there, Largo? I'm sure they have Coke, because Coke is everywhere. Or at least some form of cola. I feel like Coke is all over the place, though. Too much coffee gives me the rumble guts, yeah. The grumble duffs, Largo. A case of the grumble duffs. Yeah, I do a lot of seltzer. I mean, I got one right here. Fanta, yeah. Wow, that static electricity is kicking. Nope, nope. Wow, that released the charge. That was wild. Okay. Don't rotate my soda, but I actually prefer the Sam's Choice root beer, cream soda, Dr. Thunder, and ginger ale. But Ed is just genetically engineered not to be a diabetic. Or a Sasquatch, I forgot. Sasquatches probably can't get that. Pineapple Fanta. Okay. Doctor Who? Sonic it? I don't have a sonic screwdriver handy. Actually, I kind of do, but I'm not going to get up and get it. This is a voodoo doll, Ed. He's round like that. It's just hard to tell when you watch him on camera. He just takes the shape of the chair that he's sitting in, so it appears differently. Man, all week my nose has been itching. I took some Tylenol before the stream so I wouldn't be itching and sneezing the entire time, and it helped a little bit. Obviously, the foam shredding is not helping things. Okay. I'm old. I don't. Is it just normal? Yeah. I just can't decide sometime, dude. It's like I'm not like super old or anything, but I'm not like 20. You know, and I just feel things sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know what the heck that is. Should I be worried about this, or just kind of like lay here for a while and maybe it'll go away? It usually goes away. Sometimes it takes a couple of days. I'm getting those where I just look at my leg or my arm or something. It'll be like a freaking bruise on there. I'm like, where did that come from? You know, like when I was younger, I could just whack into things that wouldn't get bruised. I had to like really take some kind of traumatic impact for me to get a bruise. And now it's like, you know, I bump into something, and then a couple of days later, it looks like I got attacked by something. What the heck happened there? After 50, things don't heal like they used to. Sucks. Yeah, I mean, I'm 46, Largo, and it's already noticeably slower. I feel fine. I mean, I feel pretty good, but there are just a few things. I remember the first time, like, I really got, like, my back kind of went out a little bit. It just it wouldn't take any weight. I was like, what is going on? I don't bruise easily, but there are times I'm just, why does my knee hurt? Yeah, my shoulder, my back, yeah, for sure. On the bruising easily too, Ed, is well, because of that thing I had years ago where I was on blood thinners. They had me on warfarin for a couple of years. I still take a daily full dose of aspirin every day for blood thinning. So that'll make you bruise easier. I'm sure that's a big part of it. But I wouldn't know because I've been on it for years. Later, man. Take it easy, Troy. Thanks again, bro. Keep spreading the joy. Right on. I've been wanting to get back to making videos, but with all the bar shenanigans, I'm mentally exhausted by the time I get ready to record. Yeah. Could you record some of your bar stuff or work it into your toy videos? You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be... I'm not saying you have to necessarily record the patrons and stuff, but, you know, a bar tour would be cool. Drinks that you're serving might be cool. I mean, you know, your channel was kind of eclectic to begin with like the playlist and stuff. Why not? Doesn't have to be a high effort, you know, anything. Kind of candid. Yeah, before you're open. You don't have to... I mean, I'm sure you got a weird crew over there, man. I'm guessing the locals just want to be left alone. And you probably have some people on the freaking lam over there just trying to have a drink, hiding out in wherever the heck you are. Guatemala. But there's a lot of things you could do without having the patrons in it. And you never know, you might get, you know, you might start doing some videos like that, and then a couple of them, you know, want to talk or something. Could be interesting. Who makes the drinks in the bar? Is it all you, or do you have a bartender? Or a few bartenders? I don't know. I'm sure it's like a, you said it's like a hole in the wall, which is usually the best kind of bar. I think I'm gonna let this dry at this stage right here for a while. Drinking with companions. Okay, I see, I see. Well, obviously that's going to be, you know, you got to use discretion there, but bar tour, and you don't have to film everyone. You might just be in like a corner somewhere, or you might just get someone that wants to talk, and it's cool with that. Who knows? You never know until you start doing some of that stuff. Yeah, that would be funny, Ed. Any kind of culture, kind of like the kids react videos when they're like, well, do you know what a VCR is? Or like, what the heck is that? Is it from NASA? I have no idea. Ed, have you ever noticed that the burnt umber paint smells almost chocolatey? I feel like it's got to be a mental thing just from the color of it, but sometimes I swear it almost smells a little chocolatey. We have a bartender and your wife serves when you get busy. Restocking, bookkeeping, right on. The product sampling, I'm sure, is quality control. It's up your alley. Absolutely, it always smells chocolatey. Isn't that crazy? I feel like I'm going nuts, but it's like a subtle, like dark chocolate smell. It might be Largo, or maybe they use some kind of chocolate something in here as part of the pigment. You know, like some crappy leftover burnt powder pieces or something. I don't know. Seems unlikely for me, but I don't know. They've used all kinds of natural elements in paint pigments for a long time. I would just think this plasticky acrylic stuff wouldn't have anything natural in it, but man, I swear I smell chocolate in it sometimes. And it's only this color brown. Yeah, they could use the cocoa beans, Ed. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It's possible. You know, maybe the parts that aren't, you know, food quality or something like that. Hey, Ed, I know you talked about it. We talked about it and I never did anything, but did you still need some sort of table? I think it was the sci-fi table. At some point or another. Or are you past that? Kenzo's Creations. Yo, what's up, Kenzo? How you doing tonight, man? It is pretty late. Actually, normally I'm done by now, 1:07. I'll be wrapping up here in a minute. Go away, Kenny. Oh man, my nose. Shh. Well, you guys can discuss that on the clubhouse tomorrow. I'm sure everyone will be thrilled for that conversation. Where is the... Do I not have any paper towel here? Hold on a second. Need a console bit set too. Okay, okay. Well, Ed, if you buy one on there on Etsy, just, I mean, I'll recognize it's you. I'll throw a couple extras in for you. Rooting for the both of us? There you go. So, let me see. One last plug before we wrap this up. I have these little console pieces, 3D printed in multicolor, up on my Etsy right now. The link is in the chat. We already sold some earlier today to Troy and Fat Red. Thank you to those guys for picking up some. I'll be printing them out tomorrow, and hopefully they'll be shipping out early next week. Yeah, I'm gonna do more bits probably. I need to do more bits. It's good for you guys. Like the fully built stuff, people who don't build dioramas will buy, but obviously, you know, for projects and stuff, you guys have been asking me for bits for like 2 years now, so there you go. Where someone has to move forward. Okay, so yeah, Ed, we can talk about the table. I really need to design one like that in 3D though. I already have the 1/12 scale like sci-fi chair. A sci-fi table would be a good idea to go along with that. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Everyone, thank you very much for coming out and hanging out. We're not worried about too much about a Stargate or a pirate ship. We are going to... Those are completely separate categories, Ed. Take it easy, everyone. I hope everyone has a great weekend and a great week. Maybe I'll pop over tomorrow on the clubhouse again, Ed. I don't know. But now that I'm crafting a little bit more, that's kind of a good thing for me to do, to get to sit down and actually work. So we'll see. But take it easy, guys. Yeah. Special shout out to my channel members. Take it easy. Later.